Hey everyone, Jared Wilson here, and I'm with my lovely lady Kiera.
Hey everyone.
Thank you for saying that. That was very nice. We're actually here today. As you guys know, it is Valentine's Day week, and one of the pillars of Black Gentlemen's Guide is relationships. So we actually just completed our first year anniversary being together, so something to be excited for, and the best is yet to come. Nevertheless, we receive questions all the time from people about how we make things work in our relationship, how are we able to coordinate, get along, all of the above. And so we're actually going to take the time this week each day to talk and answer some questions that we received from people. So feel free to comment on our posts, feel free to ask additional questions that you may have about your relationship or about things that you're curious about, and we'll be happy to answer them this week or going forward in future episodes. So Black Gentlemen's Guide, relationships is the topic. Valentine's Day week, Black Love Week as I love to call it. So we're going to get started. First question, what are your primary love languages and do they really matter to your relationship? So let's start first and foremost with what are the 5 love languages? Kiera, what are they?
Acts of service, words of affirmation, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch.
Excellent, excellent. So those are the 5, and if you guys haven't already, you can actually go online, go on Google, take a quiz yourself. If you want to know what your love languages are, it's easy. Take it and go from there. So the question is, what are your primary love languages?
So mine are words of affirmation, acts of service, and quality time.
Okay, so you have 3, so this is already difficult. So I know I took the quiz. I only have 2. Mine are simple: words of affirmation and physical touch. Make me feel good. Tell me I'm good, and we're good. Pretty simple, easy, simple caveman over here.
Yeah, sure.
So the question is, do they really matter to your relationship? Or I really think the question should say, should they really matter to your relationship?
Absolutely. They definitely matter because how you give love and how your partner receives love could be completely different. So speaking your partner's love languages can ensure that they receive love and feel loved by you.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I mean, I think it's a situation where you realize that in a relationship, you are your own individual, she's her own individual, and what you're really doing is taking 2 individuals and trying to form one.
Right.
So, my love languages may not be the same as hers, and for that example, even though that my love language might say is words of affirmation, I could be very good at doing that. But if that's not her love language, she's not receiving love no matter how hard I'm trying to give it in the form that makes the most sense to me.
Right.
So it's something that you really do have to communicate on. So the caveat to this question then would be, what if the love language of your partners is difficult for you?
Partners?
Yeah, or partner.
Okay.
Excuse me, keep me honest, yes. Partner is difficult for you.
So I really think if that's the case, then you and your partner, significant other, should sit down and have honest communication and really talk about how they receive love and how you've been given love, and see if you guys can reach some type of agreement how to speak that person's love language.
Yeah, I would agree on that too. I mean, it's a matter of communication is key. Honesty is the best policy, as they say.
Right.
You have to have that conversation up front and just level set. I think one of the things that can be a challenge is you are hoping that I can read your mind at times, and I can't. I can try, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's really having that dialogue and really fostering that communication and open lines of communication between you, which is exactly what we're trying to do here today for everyone, is to show that, it doesn't have to be rocket science. And it might require that you say, hey, these are my love languages and this is how I would like to receive them,
Right.
which just makes it a lot easier for me because I know, hey, this is what makes her happy. This is something I need to do. And if you're like myself and you really need to be technical, sometimes it's even writing it out. Hey, did I make sure I did X, Y, or Z this week to show that she feels loved? That part is very important. So the next question I'll actually flip it to is, where do you feel like that communication should start? Do you feel like this is something before you get in a relationship, or when you start getting serious, or when you're dating? Should you talk about love languages then, or wait?
Honestly, I do think for us, we are intentionally dating one another. So I think having that conversation, it depends on the type of relationship you are seeking with your individual partner. So if you're intentionally dating that person, seeking out courtship, then these conversations should be had earlier on in that
Yeah, I think that's actually well said. I won't even add to that. That's great. And I think it just gives me thoughts too of going forward. One of the next videos we'll talk about is that intentionality part, because it makes a huge difference in what is your purpose and why are you trying to date to begin with. So kicking things off and ending it here, I should say, is Jared Wilson, Kiera here. Thanks so much. We look forward to seeing you guys on our next video. Feel free, like I said, to leave comments, ask us additional questions. We'll be happy to answer them. Black Gentleman's Guide, staying tall.
Stand tall.